Alright, so I was saying that you need to know some very important basics from the previous section. So let's take the first example. You got to know these basics, then only you'll be able to do derivatives correctly. Let's suppose you have square root of x. Now you have to know that this square root of x, that really it is, there's really a 2 here and really a 1 here. We say that this 2 and this 1 is understood. It is not written here, it is not written here, therefore it is said to be understood. So there's a number 2 understood here, there's a number 1 understood here, so we write it down. And then from here you go to the next step. You write down the x. This 2 becomes the denominator here. So really, square root of x is really x to the half. Now you got to know this basics in order to do derivatives. Let's do another example on basics. Suppose you had cube root of x. Once again, well, this time you were given the 3, so that's not a problem, but this one is understood. So cube root of x, once again this 3 will become a denominator here, so it will become x to the 1 over 3. Now let's take another example. Suppose you had fifth root of x to the 4. No problem, everything is understood here. Not understood, everything is written. This is 5, this is 4. So this will go underneath there, and therefore this will become x to the 4 over 5. Remember, this one becomes the numerator. This one becomes a denominator. Alright, so you must know these basics. That's one set. Then the next set is this. You must know that 1 over x is really 1 over x, and the 1 here is understood. There's a 1 understood here. Now this, we don't want, when we're doing derivatives, we don't want the base to be in the denominator. So we want to take this out from here. So you rewrite this as x to the minus 1. This you learnt in laws of exponents. We are working in reverse now. X to the minus 1 is equal to this. 1 over x is equal to that. So you must remember that 1 over x will be rewritten as x to the minus 1. So this becomes negative, and if this is positive here, it becomes negative there. Let's do another example. 1 over x to the minus 1. Now, this is minus 1. So when it goes up, this will become x to the positive 1. So remember, when this was 1, it became minus 1. When this is minus 1, it will become plus 1. All this you learnt in exponent rules. Now suppose you have 5 over 4x to the 2. Well, this number is 5 over 4. So that you can just write it like this, as 5 over 4 on its own. And next to it you have 1 over x squared. Now the 5 over 4 will remain the same. But this will become x. This is 2. So when it goes to the top, it becomes minus 2. And that finally will become 5 over 4 x to the minus 2. So what we are saying is you must know these basics. You must be able to rewrite a thing like this in that form. But we're just showing you here step by step that this is 5 over 4. X squared is really 1 over x squared. And then we repeat 5 over 4 there. And then we are now taking this and making it positive. So we're rewriting it. So you write down x there. and that too becomes negative. That's from the laws of exponents that you have learnt before. So you've got to know these basics. If you don't know these basics, you're going to be in trouble. Let's just do one more. So let's suppose we had number 7, 1 over 4x to the minus 3. Well, that's 1 over 4, so it will remain as 1 over 4, and that's x to the minus 3. Well, it's actually, let's remove this. Well, actually it's 1 over x to the minus 3. So this is 1 over 4, and this is 1 over x to the minus 3. So your 1 over 4 will remain the same, your times, that x to the minus 3 will become x cubed, because a negative, if it goes on top, will become positive. So remember, whatever the sign is in the bottom, if this is minus, it will become plus here. If it was plus here, it becomes minus there. And this finally becomes quarter x cubed. Alright, so this basics is very important, and once you know this basics here, then you will be able to answer the examination questions. If you don't know this basics and you don't recall this, and then I'll just show you a few more examples after this. So let me just erase this from the board and just do a few more on the basics. Alright, let's do it in another slot now.